welcome back to the vetting session. We have had a look at your certificates and credentials, and we are ready to proceed. As part of my opening remarks, I want to enhance what I said, that this is a legal requirement and it's statutory that you go through the vetting. We endeavor to remain transparent and keen to details. Yeah, your documents have communicated 40%, so we need to hear from you the 60% remaining. Okay, so I want to take back to you. Maybe you tell this committee your name, date of birth. You can talk about academic and professional qualification. We'll also talk about your employment record and work experience, membership, if any, professional association. Yeah, then we'll continue from there.
Thank you, the Chair and Honorable Member Neema Okwako. I come from Namdera Village, Navakholo Sub-County, Kakamega County. My highest academic qualification is a master's degree, which I earned last year in education, policy and international development from the University of Bristol in the UK. I also have a bachelor's degree in education, linguistics and literature from Kenyatta University. In addition to the academic qualifications, I've participated in a number of fellowships, one being the Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders in the US, another one the African Germany Leadership Academy in Germany and Belgium, which basically talks about sustainability and Africa Agenda 2063. When I go to my professional background, I've worked as a teacher for over 10 years. I was teaching in a school called Kaptara in Mount Elgon region for all those years. And in addition to teaching, I was an examiner of English Paper 3, which is literature. And apart from paid work, I'm a volunteer judge of the Queen's Commonwealth Essay, which is an annual competition that is run across the 56 Commonwealth nations. And we judge the essays virtually every year and submit the records for the participants online. And I don't know if there is something I've forgotten to talk about.
Mentioned UK. Are you a dual citizen?
No, please.
Okay.
I'm fully Kenyan.
I wanted that one to be on hand, sir. Okay.
I'm a Kenyan.
Yeah, you've mentioned about, you've taught for how many years?
CSC, I was there for 9 years, but before that, I worked on BOM for 2 years.
Did you indicate your TSC number?
Yeah, there is a TSC number there in my file.
Okay, check.
Yeah.
So maybe moving forward, the committee wishes to know your sources of income and net worth. If you have any potential conflict of interest, if any, honors and awards you've mentioned, are you politically affiliated? Have you ever been convicted, or do you have an active case or dismissed from office? You'll also mention to this committee if you've had any publication or writing. Then pro bono and charity work you've mentioned, but you'll have to mention it again.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
In that order.
Okay, the list is somehow long, but in case I forget any, kindly feel free to remind me. I will.
Yeah. You have been provided for a pen and a paper. While I was bringing those notes out, I've not seen you make any notes. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay, you proceed.
I will begin with the political section. I can note that I'm a political, and I do not have any case in courts or anywhere. And my net worth is 1 million shillings. And my source of income.
Comprised of what? Net worth comprised of what?
I have a piece of land somewhere, but I'm yet to develop it.
So it is the piece of land that amounts to 1 million
No,
vehicle.
no, please.
Okay.
Okay. I do not have political affiliations, as I already said, and I also do not have any conflict of interest as I serve in this position. Charity work, I've talked about it. I'm a volunteer judge, the Queen's Commonwealth Essays, and in addition to that, when I was teaching at Mount Elgon, I was running an initiative called the B2G for Literacy Initiative, which basically advocates for gender equality in education. We all know that the children in Mount Elgon region are highly marginalized. So when I was teaching there, I was highly involved in empowering the girl child. And also, I supported primary school children to learn how to read and write so that by the time they were getting to high school, they had all the basic literacy skills for their high school education. Um, Thirdly, on charity work, in 2020, I participated in the audio recording of Sun Books by the World Literacy Foundation, which is based in Australia. I was voice recording myself reading books, and after the reading, the voice notes were captured in digital tablets called Sun Books, and these books were donated to over 5 million children in South America and Africa, therefore impacting the children positively and encouraging them to love reading. Kindly, Chair, remind me the other things that I haven't tackled.
He not mentioned about your integrity if convicted, if you have a court case or dismissed from office.
I'm sorry, I'm not having any court case and I've not been dismissed from any public office. Thank you.
That's fine if you don't have any court case. You we've noted that. So honors and awards.
In 2020, I was honored as a World Literacy Foundation ambassador because of my advocacy for literacy and audio recording of the Sun books I've mentioned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think those were general questions to help us understand you. I now welcome honorable members to ask you specific questions in relation to the position that you have been nominated to. I welcome my able Vice Chair, Honorable Neema Okwako, to take you through the questions.
Thank you. I don't know which particular name would you like us to refer to when we are addressing you.
Any can do.
All right. Madam Neema,
Yes.
what is your role as the Chief Officer in charge of communication, just in case you go through this vetting?
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Member. I believe that my role as the Chief Officer for Communication and E-Government is to provide strategic leadership and administration of the department. Thank you.
Honorable Nato, and you can declare any conflict of interest, if any.
Thank you, Chair. I don't have any interest in the nominee. It only happens that we come from one geographical area which does not disqualify me to continue sitting here. Madam Neema, what techniques will you employ to enhance efficient and effective communication of government information? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The techniques that I will use to provide efficient communication at the county government of Kakamega is to provide a strategic insights, the communication system, and to ensure that information reaches the public in a timely manner. Thank you.
The question was the techniques.
Okay, the techniques, I will provide a strategic insight whereby I meet the committee members, we identify some of the issues in that department, the gaps, and we reason as a group to come with the same thing.
Honorable Absalom, I would also want you to declare any conflict of interest, if any.
Thank you, Chair. I think I don't have an interest. Maybe I just share a sub-county with the nominee, but I don't know her in person. Okay, Neema, the county government of Kakamega has a county production studio that is not operational. What measures will you put in place to operationalize the county production studio?
Thank you, Your Honor. For me to bring to fruition the broadcasting station that has not been operating.
Thank you, Chair. You see, Neema, and the studio has been there. So by you meeting us, I don't think there'll be a big difference. What are you going to do as a person, not meeting us?
As a person, I will come up with innovative solutions, digital strategies that can make the studio to operate. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you would have, first thing you would have to do is to ensure they hand over to you. You read the handover and takeover notes. That is the preliminary, because you are working from outside. You don't know even what is missing. So how will you? So first thing when you take over office, it will be they will give you handover notes. You read and you hey, okay, Mheshimiwa Lovega. Be on Hansard, please.
The e-government services offered by a county government, and particularly the county government of Kakamega.
Thank you, Your Honor. Some of the e-government services offered by the county government of Kakamega include revenue collection, farm input supply, health system management, and the ICT infrastructure to various sub-counties. Thank you.
Okay. So those are some of the e-government services you said being offered. Mheshimiwa Amos.
No, you don't need to have to declare interest. No, it's interested with the, you continue.
Miss Mildred Neema, good afternoon. Just have a simple question. What policy direction will you suggest to the department in case you are successfully considered?
Have timely communication and an inclusive communication whereby citizens are involved in what is happening in the county government, and also ensure that whichever suggestions or strategies that are laid down by the county government reaches the citizen in a very early way, regardless of their location, between the rural areas or in urban cities.
Sorry.
Are you satisfied?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. Madam Mildred, in the recent time, the social media has become a popular tool of communication. However, much of the information is for negative publicity. How will your department be useful in reacting to misinformation on the county government activities.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's true we are living in difficult times where people come up with propaganda and they're likely to justify the names of the leaders. So for me to counteract misinformation, I will ensure that we offer the citizens the right information on time. You realize that if we take like 1 month before we inform the public what we are doing as a county government office, they're likely to come up with their own wrong information. And in addition to that, I will come up with a committee that monitors what goes on social media. To the committee will be monitoring what people say out there, and they counteract by telling the people the truth, so that they are not just moving around saying things that are not verified. Thank you.
Come, Honorable Hildon.
Thank you, Chair. I have 2 questions to Madam Mildred. One, as the Chief Officer for Communication and E-Government, how will you use your role to identify, manage, or mitigate the risks of AI-generated misinformation or distortion of public information within the county government?
Thank you. So as the Chief Officer Communication and E-Government, it's very easy for me to identify this is something that many people are using, and there are websites that you can copy the information that you receive and paste it into those sites, and it will tell you if it is AI generated. And to verify to the public that what they have seen is wrong, we'll have transparency in sharing information. We will share information with them in a transparent manner. They will not associate that department with the falsehood that they would have seen online.
Okay, Madam, just for example, we are now vetting you here. The swearing in date will be announced. And on that very, very day, somebody shares a video of governor swearing in a different chief officer for e-government and communication who is not you. How will you be able to counter such if it happens in future? Because it's a video of governor himself swearing in somebody else, but AI generated.
Data Protection Act, right? Data protection means we are receiving information that has been verified from official websites. So it depends on the link that someone might have used to get the other video. And it's very easy, as I said earlier on, for us to go and identify the originating link. And then we shall inform the public that whatever video that they saw is not legit. Thank you.
Question 2. With the rapid advancement of AI tools capable of generating deepfakes, manipulating public perception, and spreading disinformation, what concrete policies or systems would you implement to safeguard the integrity of county communication, and how would you ensure they are not used to suppress legitimate dissent or freedom of expression?
Repeat that, please. It's somehow very long.
I'm saying with the rapid advancement of AI tools capable of generating deepfakes, manipulating public perceptions, and spreading disinformation, what concrete policies or systems would you implement to safeguard the integrity of county communication, and how would you ensure they are not used to suppress legitimate dissent or freedom of expression?
Thank you. For me to ensure that information that comes from the county government is legit and is not manipulated, I think it's good for us to have a central information sharing system. And this central information sharing system has to be publicized, whereby if someone is receiving a document, they have to verify if it's legitimately from Kakamega County or from any other source out there. And you realize with the younger generation and advancement of technology, it might be hard for us to walk from one person to the other, informing them that whatever you read on Facebook is not legit. So from this central information system, we can justify whether what people are reading out there is what we communicated as a county government office or not.
We haven't talked about the policy. Sorry, the policies. You haven't talked about the policies. We've just talked about the system. What of the policies that maybe you can put in place to ensure that that is kept? Madam, already data protection is in law and it's well, I'm talking about the normal internal policies that you as the chief officer will use. Yes, some of the policies that maybe you can come up to control that. Just continue.
Across departments, whereby for the county government to work, of course, we have to work as one unit. And whatever is happening in one department has to be done across the other department, right?
That's fine. You know,
Honorable Hildon, once the nominee answers, you give her marks according to the answer. You don't have to be satisfied. You give her marks according to the answer she has provided. Honorable Zila.
Thank you, Chairman. Ms. Neema. Yeah. From the response you've been giving and from your records, I see you are very good in communication. However, now that this department is tied to ICT, we say currently the world is a global village. How do you intend to leverage on technology to ensure efficiency in operation in your docket? Especially when you've been talking about you'll ensure you are giving the public the right information so that you counter other vices like misinformation. How do you intend to leverage on technology to address that? And what are some of the platforms that you will utilize so that you ensure there is sufficient communication? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. So to leverage on technology, I believe we have more than 10 sub-counties, and most of our sub-counties are in rural areas. So the first thing that I will do to ensure that our county is digitally connected, I will ensure that every sub-county office has digital systems like computers, smartphones for the people, and Wi-Fi for the people there. Then to share information to reach the people in the local areas, we shall leverage on things like press releases, posters in the rural areas or in towns to notify people what we are doing. In addition to that, I'm also thinking of coming up with something like a county SMSing program or project whereby with a USSD code, whereby someone using a smartphone or these other ordinary phone that doesn't connect to the internet can just press numbers there and they can access the county government services from the comfort of their homes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just want to comment on your response. 75% of our population are young people. They are on social media. So kindly don't rule out that Kakamega County, we are not informed. So I hope you'll embrace social media as a tool as well.
Yeah, sure.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, nominee. As we summarize, I have one question to ask you. How are you going to balance political messaging and public service delivery? You've said you are apolitical, you are not affiliated to any political. Now you've come in a political environment where you have to do messaging that relates to politics, at the same time upholding what your office is required. How are you going to balance?
If I'm going to balance it very well, because my role as a chief officer is majorly administrative. And while reporting things that are done politically, I will be very fair. I will not dwell on one side. I will favor one side and disadvantage the other one.
Then another scenario,
Uh-huh.
the county governor had asked you in his office to come up with a strategy or a communication that convenes with them. You understand?
Yeah.
He's the governor. You know the law. How are you going to go about it?
If the law wins, and I will persuade the governor to understand that we are serving in a public office, we are serving citizens who cannot come to the county government offices, and therefore we should uphold the rule of law. Thank you.
Okay. So I want to welcome any member if something is left out. But very briefly, what I wanted him to declare the conflict of interest, he was interested when he saw the status being single. So
Chair, I think we move to the next agenda. Ms. Neema, I have been going through your CV. I noticed that you have 2 referees, and both of them, you have only provided the email address, no phone number. I've tried to send them an email, but they haven't replied. So I don't know what prompted you just to give us the email address and not the phone numbers. Number 2, I looked at your ID. I'm so interested to know when you last celebrated your birthday. Thank you.
And I can provide them.
has answered adequately. Maybe you'll check your ID and get it updated. It was reading 000. Maybe that's why he was asking. Also, I've just noted we are on the tail end. You've taught for 9 years. You've not rose to you head even a department. What that one brings a question in your career. 9 years without heading a department.
Department of the English department. I was also the head of department, guidance and counseling. At that time, sometimes back, I was also in charge of sports. I was in charge of scouting. Like I wore so many hats.
You had not indicated. So next time you come to such session, you have to indicate so that we know the exact person we are dealing with. Very last one. I've looked at the EACC declaration form and the Leadership Integrity Act 2012. It's well filled. You can see your box, 77 Nambacha. All details are provided. And why didn't you take it to EACC for stamping and receiving at the EACC? Because as it is, the EACC doesn't have it. And you are on oath. This one also, I have seen your lawyer has satisfied that it is true. But it is your word against EACC word. Why didn't you take it to EACC? Is there something you are hiding?
no please. And this is somehow a very new role to me, and I didn't know that I was supposed to take it there. But if it is very needed here, I can go there. And,
We will return this one to you, have it stamped by yes, and bring to the assembly copy. That one is of great concern. Remember, this exercise does not end here. It ends with the report writing. Okay, and those are some of the things we look at them at when we are doing the report. Okay, I take these few minutes to give you to summarize and tell us how has been the session and all that. How do you want us to work moving forward? I want you to put your prayers before these honorable members. Remember, we are going to award you marks once you show us your back. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. I appreciate you all for dedicating your time to listen to me. It's a very great honor. And when I came in, I was somehow nervous, but you have proved to be very friendly. And that is a plus for you as committee members for this department. And I hope that our relationship is not going to stop here. We need each other in running our county. So the operation of our county. So please make sure that you hold my hand and I hold your hands to offer effective services to the citizens of Kakamega County. Thank you all.
I like you are very optimistic, and I pray to God that your prayers be answered. So we wish you well. As a committee, we wish you well. We have done our part. We have tried to be transparent as much as possible. We are going to award you marks according to how you've presented yourself. Continue praying and fasting, and you can have a bite of sweet as you go out. Thank you very much. Okay. Then Mheshimiwa Amos may escort you.
Most obliged, Chair.